friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are doing well. I am also. I have a few Blu-ray pickups that I want to talk about today. First, please hit that subscribe button. Or maybe I should do reverse psychology. Don't hit that subscribe button, but then hit that subscribe button. Okay, after we got that done. Okay, so I have a few pickups. One of them is the movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, starring Johnny Depp and Benicio del Toro. Hope I said that right. Did I use my voice there? That voice I use. Benicio del Toro and Johnny Depp. This is a movie by Hunter S. Thompson. I said it right? Yes. Hunter S. Thompson. I guess the book was written by Hunter S. Thompson. And the movie was actually done by Terry Gilliam, which is one of the original members of Monty. He was the director or co-producer. Does it say on here? Just says a film by. I'm sure I can do some research trying to figure it out. But it's part of my Terry Gilliam producer, filmmaker collection. And I was missing the Blu-ray from my set, so I figured I'd pick it up. Since I have all the rest, Time Bandits and, wow, drawing a blank. If I look up there, will I see them? Probably not. All I see is a big copy of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, the DVD, which is going to be replaced by this. So, I guess this is from the book by Hunter S. Thompson about one of his acid trip type situations that he had, which the whole movie is just a trippy movie. It's just all about kind of what you would see through the eyes of somebody that's just having a trip, good trip, bad trip, whatever kind of trip. One of the not so popular Johnny Depp movies, not too many people talk about this movie, but this is a Criterion collection, which means it has a whole bunch of bonus features, which is the reason why I picked it up. Actually, my DVD is the Criterion collection also, so it may have the same feature, but this is a Blu-ray, so I had to upgrade because the price was right. I've been waiting to get it, and I haven't seen the movie in a while, so I'm going to go back and watch the movie again. But Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Good movie. If you haven't seen it, good Johnny Depp movie. If you're a fan of Johnny Depp, I advise you taking a look, checking it out, watch it. Okay. Next one. Without a Clue. Okay. This is starring Michael Caine and Ben Kingsley. This is a good, funny movie. It's a Sherlock Holmes movie, but it's a Sherlock Holmes movie with a twist. The twist is, and this is no secret, you'll figure this out within the first couple of seconds of watching the movie, is supposedly the Michael Caine character of Sherlock Holmes is not the smart character. He's not the one that figures out all the crimes and resolves all the murders, and he's like a joke. He's an alcoholic and like a womanizer, and he's out of his mind. And the Watson character, played by Ben Kingsley, is actually the smart one. He's the writer of the books, and what happens is, I guess he solves the crimes. Well, not guess, I've seen it. He solves the crimes, and then he writes the books and gives Sherlock Holmes' character all of the props for all of the work done. This is a funny movie. I had to pick this up. I have this also on DVD. This is also another upgrade. This is a Olive Film release, so no special features. Olive Film does not give you any special features. I don't think I've had an Olive Film Blu-ray yet that has special features on it, but that's okay because I guess they spend all the time upgrading the DVD quality to Blu-ray. So this is definitely worth the pickup. Without a Clue. Funny movie. Check it out. All right. Next movie. I was waiting to get this one in, and it's like super expensive. It's going for like 40s, 50s, or whatever on eBay. So I was on the hunt. Because I don't even own this on DVD. I watched the movie years ago, and I just wanted to pick it up because it's probably one of my favorite Jack Nicholson films, and that's the movie Hoffa. Okay, this is I guess a special, let me see, filmmaker signature edition series, and it's signed by Danny DeVito. So I guess this was a Danny DeVito produced, directed film of such. I know Danny DeVito is in it, plays like his right-hand man. So it's a story of Hoffa, if anybody knows anything about the Union and Union strikes and how powerful the Union used to be or was, or maybe even is. I don't know. I was part of a union for a while. Wasn't very helpful for me, but that's, I guess, the certain kind of unions. Some unions, this was, I believe, the Teamsters, and Hoffa was, he was just the guy. The guy had no fear whatsoever. He was amazing, and I'll tell you right now, Jack Nicholson plays this role to the T. He is just, you can't think of any, after you watch this movie and somebody says Jimmy Hoffa, you're gonna think of Jack Nicholson, because it's like there couldn't have been anybody else to play this role but him. He just does a great job. Here he is on the cover. You know, I'm sure I'll put that somewhere over there. But haven't even opened it yet. Came in a couple weeks ago. As far as special features go, it does have some commentaries, scenes, historical news coverage, yeah, a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on it. I'm gonna put it up there. See if you guys can freeze on that, because if I go through everything, we'll be here all day. But I guess the signature edition stuff is hot stuff, because I don't know if this is out of print. I'm assuming yes, because that's why it was so difficult to find. But you go on Amazon and they want unbelievable amounts of money. eBay, like I said, $40, $50. I was hunting. Finally, somebody had one on there. They wanted, I think, $27 on it. They were like, "Let's make me an offer." And I'm like, okay, I love make me an offer. So I made him an offer for, I believe, $20, and they were like, no, that's not happening. This is like a $40, $50 Blu-ray, and I'm not gonna sell to you for $20. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, well, how about 23? And they were like, 23. That they sent me a counter offer, and I felt like we were going back and forth, and they were like, okay, well, how about $24.95? And I'm like, $24.95? What's this 95? Why 5 cents difference? But I'm like, okay, $24.95. How about $24.50? All right. And they took it for $24.50. So this is probably one of the most expensive Blu-rays that I have purchased in a long, long time. But I've been wanting to see it, and it's a really good movie. So Hoffa, starring Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, great movie. If you have a chance to pick it up, or watch it in any way, stream it. I don't know where it would be available. Great movie. Check it out. Gets you pumped. All right, next movie, Hard to Hold. Haven't opened this yet either. I decided I was going to pick up a bunch of Kino titles. One Kino title. I ordered other Kino titles. They did not come in yet. Okay, this is Hard to Hold, starring Rick Springfield. If you remember Rick Springfield, he was an actor back in the day. I think he was on General Hospital. Comment below if I'm wrong about that. Whatever, he played a Dr. Something, which I guess would have been like the equivalent to your McDreamy, Steamy, Creamy, whatever guy from Grey's Anatomy. He was that type of guy. He was like the hot throb back in the day. And of course, when you become big, and you're in like a little cheesy soap opera, they give you some kind of movie deal, and you're like, okay, well, I'll hop on that movie deal because I'll make some extra money. And of course, he did his he had his music career too with I think Jesse's Girl was his only hit that he had, but I'm sure people will complain about that. They'll comment that he had more hits than that. He was amazing. He was my favorite artist. Hey, so be it. You enjoy it, all about it. But as far as this movie goes, I was a kid. I'd have to say maybe elementary school. I would think we got a year on this, 1984. Yeah, 82, 84. 84. So I was a youngin', and this was like one of my mother's favorite movies or whatever. And I would end up being wrestled into watching it at certain times of my life or whatever. So it kind of attached. You know, there's certain movies that you watch as a kid, and like your parents make you watch them, and you're like, no, I don't. What a terrible movie. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. A few of them for me when I was a kid was number one was Jaws. Okay, we watched Jaws like 100 times, and I'm like, I don't get it. You know, there's other things I'd rather watch. You know what I mean? The Jaws was one of them that I actually go back and I travel back through time, and I'm like, Jaws is a great movie. I can't believe that I was like blinded by, I guess, immaturity, whatever, that Jaws was a terrible movie, because Jaws is a great movie. The other one was Moby Dick. When I was a kid, my father would force me to watch Moby Dick. He's like, you're gonna watch Moby Dick, and I'm like, I don't get it. You know, it's a guy chasing a whale. It's dragging. It doesn't go on forever. Just kill the whale already. Now I watch, I'm like, what a great movie. There's another one that Clockwork Orange. Okay, I was like young, really young. I should had no business watching a Clockwork Orange at like age 10 or 11 or 12 or whatever I was. But my father, for some reason, thought that it was a great idea to sit down and force his son to watch a Clockwork Orange. And I was like, not only is it filled with nudity and doesn't make any sense to me, but what a mess. The movie was a mess. I watch it now, probably one of my favorites. What an amazing movie. So, you got movies as kids that your parents, the other TV show MASH, too. I hated the TV show MASH. My father left me there one day and didn't pick me up from school because he was watching MASH. What a mess. But now I watch MASH. I absolutely love the show. So, I mean, you grow up, and I guess you kind of grow into these things, except for Lord of the Rings. I never got into it. But he used to force me to watch the cartoon Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit cartoons, and even the movies. I don't know. I just can't watch them. I fall asleep every single time I try to watch them. I don't know. I'm going on a rant now. I understand, but the Lord of the Rings movies, I just don't get them. I just, it's not clicking. I want it to click. I want it to click so bad. I want it to be like, yeah, like it's going to be my Star Wars. It's going to be my Harry Potter, but it's not. It's just not my Harry Potter. It's not my Star Wars. I tried watching the short versions, the long versions. I tried watching them in increments, like I'll watch like 10 minutes today and 20 minutes tomorrow and an hour the next day. It just ain't working. I fall asleep every time I watch Lord of the Rings. It's like my ASMR of movies. I'm going to fall asleep. You put in Lord of the Rings, I'm out like a light. Anyway, but this movie, it grew on me, and it's a love story, of course. It's one of these rom-com comedy things with music in it, of course, because he was singing at the time and was trying to sell an album. But it's actually a decent movie. It's worth a watch. So I figured I'd pick it up, and it's one of these. It was an anticipated movie for me. I was waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray. That's how bad this has gotten. I don't know. So, Hard to Hold, starring Rick Springfield. It's definitely worth a pickup. It's worth the $14 I paid for it. That's what I gotta say about that. Okay, next movie, Pump Up the Volume, starring Christian Slater. This is probably, wait a minute, let me think. No, this is Christian Slater's best movie. Wait a minute, he was in Young Guns 2. I liked Young Guns 2. This was his best because he starred in this movie. He did that Cuffs movie too. Was it Cuffs? That wasn't. I don't even remember that movie, so it couldn't have been that. This is one of his best movies, right here. If you like Christian Slater from back in the day, this is the movie to get. Okay, Pump Up the Volume. What a great movie. He plays this awkward kid that moves to a new town. His father is a teacher, and he's having all kinds of problems in school, and the school is like all corrupt. They're stopping this and they're stopping that, and of course you got the princess and you got the jocks and you got all kinds of situations going on over there. And it's pretty much what he does is he brings over, I guess, from where he used to live, almost like a portable AM or FM. What would you call it? Like a CB, not like CB, but like a transmitter of some sort, so he can transmit through the airways, but it's like a local area. So he can only transmit for a certain amount of miles or whatever. And what he does is he starts his own radio station, kind of like the, I would say, let me see, who would I relate this to? Howard Stern, maybe, of closet radio. Okay, so he's on this kick or whatever, and he's like ranting about the schools and all the problems that they're having in the schools and everything. And of course, the FCC's all over him, and the FBI's all, and everybody's all looking for this kid to try to stop him because there's kids that are going through real problems, and he's advising them through these problems. He's also knocking, the higher ups and all the people that are against everything that he's trying to do, and so I'm on a hunt for this kid, but he's smart. So I'm not going to give away too much, but that's what it's about. It's about him. He's got this radio station. He is an alternate personality on the radio. Behind closed doors, he's like this maniac on the radio, but in person, when he's like in school, and he's this awkward, shy kid hiding in a corner or whatever, just watching everything that's going on. Great movie. I mean, it's not a kid's movie. Okay, it's definitely not a kid's movie. It has some stuff going on. The language and everything is not good. Okay, but entertaining, great movie. Pump Up the Volume. Absolutely love this Christian Slater movie. And I waited for this to come out on Blu-ray. I got it on DVD, had it on VHS. I upgraded, and I'll upgrade it again. I don't think I'd go to 4K because it's not really a 4K movie, which is my next little rant on 4K movies. Do I really need them? Do I really need to upgrade my Blu-rays to 4K? I mean, I buy some movies on Blu-ray and 4K. Let me get rid of this for a second. I buy some movies on Blu-ray and 4K, and I'm like, okay, well, I upgraded this one from Blu-ray to 4K. Do I need to upgrade from Blu-ray to 4K? Now, number one, I don't even have a 4K TV. I don't have one. I have a 4K player, but I don't have a 4K TV. So, number one, I'm thinking that that's useless right there. There is a 4K TV in my house, but it's not the one I watch. Okay, I do have one. Okay, I was wrong about that. Okay, let me see. Let me rewind that. Okay, I have a 4K player in the house. I've watched some movies through the 4K player and the 4K TV, and I'm not very impressed. I don't even know what they're expensive. And let's say a movie like Pump Up the Volume is. It's not like a sci-fi movie or something with special effects or CGI or whatever. Do I need to upgrade any higher than Blu-ray? Now, I remember back in the day. Now, let's go back for a second here to see if anybody remembers this. When we went from VHS to Blu-ray. No, wait. Oh, sorry. We went from VHS to DVD, okay? I remember the reason why I bought my DVD player is because South Park the Musical was not available on VHS. And I was like, I want South Park the Musical. I think the other movie that was, I think it was Stargate or whatever, was another one that I wanted on DVD. So I'm like, okay, well, at the time they were pushing the DVD players and they were like, okay, well, if you buy a DVD player, we'll let you get 5 free movies that are going to come in the mail 2 years from now. You know, so you go home and you're like, oh, you get your little list, you check it all off, you figure out which ones you want, you put them in the mail, you mail it out, and like, by the time you already own like 80 DVDs, here comes your 5 free that you got in the mail. Oh my goodness, was that amazing? Yeah, it was like the Columbia House BMG of roping you in to buy a DVD player. So I bought one and I took it home and I put it in. I remember the I mean, it was like I went from VHS, from the rewinding to the fast forward, to the pausing, to the stopping, to the be kind rewind, to the rentals, and I went through all of this mess. And now we got DVD. I'm like, wow, the picture quality is amazing. These little specks, the things, little twicks and things, all these things that you'd see on a VHS, and the rewinding, and then you're winding the same part. If anybody knows about the Fast Times at Ridgemont High situation that everybody was having, you keep rewinding at the same part. Everything's messed up. Now you got DVD. You can stop it right on a dime. It's right there. Everything's beautiful. Picture quality is great. Everything's beautiful. And then came Blu-ray, and everybody's like, DVD. You know what I mean? It's like, so now I'm transferring all my stuff over. I went from VHS and I had literally thousands of VHS. I mean, I had walls and walls of VHS. Thousands, okay? DVDs came out. I remember FYE had a special. They were like, oh, if you bring in your VHS tapes, we'll give you cash for them. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll trade them in. Now, what triggered that was I wanted to get all of the Star Trek movies on DVD. So I'm like, oh, they got all these Star Trek movies in their special collector's editions and whatever. And I'm like, I want to get the DVDs. So I cashed them all. I go to FYE. I remember we put them in boxes. I go into boxes and boxes and boxes of DVDs, these VHSs, and they would give me $1 a piece. Now I was originally paying like $10 a piece, if not $20 a piece, for these VHS tapes. There was a store called Sunset Video, I want to say, Suncoast Video, and I would go shop in there and I would buy like all the new titles of VHSs. So I had everything. I mean, everything by Eddie Murphy, it was everything. I had everything. And now I want to upgrade because this triggered this whole thing, because I couldn't get South Park on DVD and I couldn't get, this quality of Star Trek on. Now, I'm not a Trekkie, okay? I like Star Trek. I enjoy the shows. I'm more Star Wars than Star Trek, but I wanted to see Star Trek on DVD because I wanted to see the quality of the special effects. Plus, they were doing this thing on the DVDs, which they were changing the backgrounds from the original TV series. So you no longer got, the cheesy ships in the background. They were putting CGI type stuff in the background. So it was like a whole new experience. I wanted that whole new experience. So I think that's what it's all about, getting a whole new experience. So anyway, so I go and I buy the DVD player, and then all of a sudden Blu-ray comes out. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the big deal about this Blu-ray? Now I find out that Blu-rays are thicker. They don't scratch as easily. You know, I was having a little issues with my DVDs, you know, after a while, especially with the kids ones. The kids handle them. They put them in, they take them out, they put them in, take them out. And I got a lot of classic DVDs that I absolutely love that I cannot get on Blu-ray, which is another problem. It's another problem. For some reason, they won't release everything on Blu-ray, you know. And when they do, it's not right. It's messed up. I heard the other day. Now I just bought the complete series of Friends on Blu-ray, and I already own the complete series of Friends on DVD. And let me go on the record to say I've never watched an episode of Friends. Never watched a complete episode of Friends. My wife has, my kids have, my daughter sat down, I think, for like 3 days and watched every single episode for like 3 days straight. I don't think she slept. I have not watched one episode of Friends, but yeah, I needed it. I needed it on Blu-ray, okay? Because the DVDs weren't good enough. Then I buy the Blu-rays, and then I'm watching YouTube. You know, all of my smart fellas here on YouTube that I get educated by. Hopefully, I educate you a little bit too. I'm watching them, and they tell me that I guess they changed the. It's not like the cut is different on the Blu-ray, so you're paying a lot more money for the Blu-ray, and you're not even getting that episode that you saw on TV back in the day. So the syndicated cuts are on the DVDs. So I still have to keep my DVDs. They're about this all together, you know, in compartments. They're about this big, taking up this much space in my collection. And now I got to add this other set that's about this big of Blu-rays because I want the picture quality, but I'm losing the length. I'm losing the syndicated show. I'm losing the almost like the director's cut version of it. I'm getting the cut down version. It's not director's, it's just cut down to like almost nothing. And then sometimes they lose their copyrights for the music. So you buy stuff on Blu-ray, and then no longer do they have the copyright for the music, and you're losing music that you remembered. So you watch an episode and you're like, what? This happened to me with Dawson's Creek, okay? I bought Dawson's Creek on DVD, and I'm waiting for all these songs that I remember on DVD, and then all of a sudden, they're gone. Oh, they couldn't get the copyright, so I just spent all that money for what? I don't get it. Anyway, that's my little rant. I think so. The question for you guys, and please comment below, why 4K? I mean, is there going to be like a Blu-ray or going to be like a 3D something that's going to come out after this? Am I going to be sitting in my living room and I'm going to be surrounded by a movie one day, and I'm going to be like throwing out my Blu-rays and throwing out my 4Ks and throwing out my DVDs because there's going to be something that is it's always up in their game. So sometimes I get confused. I enjoy collecting. I am a completist. I collect. Okay. I love movies. I love physical movies. I am not a streaming guy. I want to hold something. If I'm going to spend $10, $15 for something, I want to be able to grab it. You know, I want to be able to look at the pictures. I want to be able to read the back. I want to be able to take it with me to the bathroom if I want to. I want to sit on the toilet and read the back of the cover. And I do. I'll grab one. I'll be like, I got to go really bad, but I got to grab something to read in here. And I'm not a magazine guy, but I'll read the back of a DVD or Blu-ray cover. So I'll grab a stack of DVDs or Blu-rays. I'll put them on the sink while I'm sitting there. I need something physical. You know, I want to hold something. I want to touch it. You know, I want 10 years from now, you know, if all the whole world goes to nothing, I don't know, let me see if I can explain this properly. Like, my theory in my mind is, let's say we're forced underground and all we have is a generator and a Blu-ray player, okay, and a TV. I want to be able to watch all of my stuff, okay? If the streaming systems go down and my Xbox crashes and my streaming units crash and everything goes down, I still have everything to watch. Don't come knocking at my door when super streamers, when you guys are all like, oh yeah, you know, I really enjoyed watching that movie, but now I can't watch nothing because my dish is down and I can't stream and my internet's off or what. No, this is my theory in my head. The day will probably never come. But this is where I'm at right now in my head, okay, that these movies are all going to be something that I'm going to need to survive later on in life. I'll be down there with I'll have no food, okay, because I'm not prepping for the apocalypse and putting away food. So of course I'm going to have no food. I'm probably going to die. I'm going to starve to death, but I'll be watching movies when I'm starving. That's where I'm at right now in my life. I'll be watching movies and starve to death and probably locked in my basement, just the TV playing. I'll be watching probably Better Off Dead or some of my favorite movies, Ferris Bueller or Breakfast Club or what. I'll be watching something like that, and I'll just die from some starvation, because my thought process is all about, let's make sure that we have physical movies so I can have locked in my basement if there's ever a atomic explosion. We just had to pause for a second to think of how stupid that sounds. But I'm still going to collect, and that's okay. So anyway, last movie I got recently, Good Burger. This was one of my kids' favorite movies. Have I watched Good Burger? Yes. Do I remember it? No, I don't remember. I remember bits of. I remember Welcome to Good Burger, Home of the Good Burger. I know that the big guy from Saturday Night Live is on this, and the other guy that doesn't do anything anymore is on this, and I remember being extremely funny. Do I remember the movie? No, I remember nothing about. I remember it's about a cheeseburger place. I remember that one of the guys isn't so smart. I don't know about their journey. So I mean, I'm not gonna even ask you to comment below. I have to watch this. I gotta sit down. I gotta force myself to sit down and watch it. My kids loved it. It was a Nickelodeon film. I love Nickelodeon, and so I gotta force myself to watch it. Last movie, and I'll recommend it. It's is this a Kino release? No, this is a Nickelodeon release. It says Nickelodeon, so I guess it's a Nickelodeon release. Okay, Nickelodeon's release of Good Burger special features. We got the original Good Burger sketch from All That. Oh yeah, because this came from the TV show All That was on Nickelodeon, which my kids would watch, which Amanda Bynes came from also. Correct? Comment. Good movie. Pick it up if you have a chance. That's the end of my rant. That's the end of my show for today. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell. I plan on making more of these, okay? If you enjoy what you see, if I'm talking too fast, comment below. If you got complaints, tell me what your favorite movies are. Tell me if I'm totally wrong about this whole... And I don't want 101 people from Lord of the Rings, okay, telling me about their preciouses and how upset they are that I'm not a big Lord of the Rings fan. I'm trying, my friends. I'm trying my best. I mean, I own Lord of the Rings on DVD. I owned it on VHS, and I own it on Blu-ray. I bought the extended edition, so I don't only have Lord of the Rings regular versions. I have 3.5-hour versions of the movie, or 3-hour versions of the movie. I'm trying. It's not clicking. It's not clicking with me. I mean, maybe there's not enough fighting. Maybe I need some lightsabers, and I need big ships and stuff like that. Maybe that's what I need. I don't know. But walking with a ring, I like the Schmeagol slash Gollum character. I enjoy that. I mean, I'm not a CGI guy. I don't like CGI, but I'm having a hard time. Tell me how you do it. Tell me how you make it through. Help me to get through the Lord of the Rings. Any of them, or Hobbits. Any of those Hobbits. Like I said, I own them all. How do you get through them? I mean, do you really just sit down and absolutely enjoy them? I don't know. I'm having a hard time. So please, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to be talking about this stuff more. I'm getting a little more energy lately. I was feeling really down for a while, but I'm starting to feel a little bit more. I want to talk to you guys about these things. So please, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share with your friends, and let's build this channel up so I can post more often. And I'll see you later.